fight. How are you different?
This is my first real camp, so you know what I mean. I think a lot of things have changed. Training in Arizona is a lot different. I got my family, I got my kids, I got my animals, I got my ranch. It's a regular lifestyle. And then I got my boxing. I've been out here in Vegas for about 8 months now, and nothing but sleep, eat, boxing. You know what I mean? So I'm prepared. I'm ready. It's the best I've ever felt.
You've been really chomping at the bit to get to Saturday night. You're very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I've been out the ring for about 9-10 months, so I'm really excited to get back in there and show everyone how much I've improved.
Yeah, you were the #1 contender as it was. You feel like you could skyrocket right back up there?
I don't see why not. I fell just as fast, and I don't see why I can't go back up as fast. So we'll see what happens. It all starts this Saturday. I got to put on a great performance against a tough opponent.
Is there a different skill set that you're going to show as well? Anything that you can tip us off to?
No, I think last fight, I had a bad performance, and I'm just gonna move on from the next. I feel like, I wasn't bad, and I feel like, that's gonna improve this fight. So.
Would you, what could you say, like, reflecting on that, you learned, or like the biggest takeaways from it?
You gotta come to camp. You gotta stay focused, and your weight has a lot to do with it. You gotta come on weight. You gotta come prepared. So,
Elijah, because I heard you say that before, like this is the first real camp. That's almost crazy. Like how is that even possible? You fought on Showtime in 10 rounders, and how's that even possible? Not having a real camp.
Just fight your ass off, dude. You know what I mean? I was blessed with some good skills, and I'm dedicated. You know what I mean? I stick to it, and when I train, all right. I was thinking about this the other day because I feel like I'm not sure how good I am, but I train because I know there's better guys out there than me. You know what I mean? So I train my ass off in the gym, and I think that carries on into the ring.
But so you were always training hard, but you never considered it a full camp like you do this?
No, it's much different because camp, I got my wife. I mean, here in Vegas, I wake up, I eat, my food's ready made for me. I go to the gym. The gym's, we work on certain stuff in the gym. I come home, I eat my lunch, and we focus a lot more rather than being at home. I'm with my wife, I'm with my kids, I'm with my animals, and then afterwards I go hit the gym.
So were you taking anything at all for granted, like getting by on talent and balls and
Yeah, a lot of it was just fighting my ass off.
How did you make the decision? Was it someone getting in your face, or was it yourself just saying I need to be better?
No, I lost, and I said, I figured Bob's the best option for us. Bob has a great team, and here we are, and I'm feeling ready. It's the best I've ever felt, and I'm prepared.
what was it? Was it just the feeling of losing for the first time? You didn't like it so much that you're
no, nobody likes losing.
Right.
I'm a sore loser. I don't like losing. I lost, and I said, fuck it, I gotta get better, and Bob's the man to do it with.
What is Bob? Do you feel like improved you on? What have you gotten better at?
Everything, all around. Boxing. He cares about winning. He cares about winning, and that's the biggest thing. He's out there putting the work in, just like how I am, and it's very exciting.
Two more guys.
What have you put in place to make sure this stays? This is the standard now for you in terms of training.
It's making it a lifestyle. Making it a lifestyle. I can't go home. I got to be disciplined with the fork. And you know what I mean? I got to stay active. That's nothing that comes with it. So.
Last question.
How hungry are you? You're a dad.
Real hungry, dude. I've been out here for 8 months. You know what I mean? Been out here for 8 months. I haven't had my wife. I haven't seen my kids. And this is a big fight Saturday, and I'm prepared to put on the best performance I can.
Do you think you'll get a title shot fast, given that there's 2 PBC champions?
I hope so. We'll see what happens. I was ranked #1 for a while, and I didn't get my shot. So.
All right. Thanks a lot.